Hey guys, and for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my Week 10 NFL predictions. And as we usually do, we're going to go back to Week 9 to see how we did. And this week we went 13-2, had a really good week. The only two we missed were the Texans losing to the Jets, but no one expected them to lose to the Jets after the Jets have been playing pretty bad this year. And the Bears losing to the Cardinals. I guess that one could have went either way for me. That was more 50-50. But I thought the Bears defense was going to do pretty good against Arizona because their offense has been inconsistent. But the Bears offense 2 weeks in a row hasn't done anything. And they're inconsistent now. But yeah, other than that, we did pretty good. Let's go on to Week 10. Okay, so for our first matchup, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens on Thursday Night Football. The Bengals played a good game against the Raiders. They destroyed them. I mean, the Raiders have been one of the worst teams in football, but their offense is back. They're clicking again. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say. Next, we got the Ravens. Really good game against the Broncos. It was close in the first quarter and stuff. They let them have the fun a little bit with that Bo Nix touchdown catch. But after that, in the second quarter, the Ravens weren't playing around after that. They destroyed them. That was a good, convincing win. The thing is, they need a little more consistency too because, dude, that loss to the Browns and Raiders, you should have beaten those two teams. Those are losses you can't have against two pretty bad teams. But other than that, pretty good team this year. And this should be an interesting matchup here. Another one, I think it's going to be another high-scoring one. The Ravens just got Tre'Davious White from the Rams. I mean, I know he's not what he used to be, but he's still solid. And this gives me an interesting matchup here. It's going to be high-scoring. And I think the Ravens take it again and sweep them. It'll be another good one. I think 31-28. It'll be a good game. Oh, yeah, and the Bengals got Khalil Herbert from the Bears. The trade deadline just ended. I waited for that to end to begin this video, and it just did. So we know all the trades now. But next, we got the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Broncos, at the beginning there, like I said, they looked like they were hanging on with the Ravens, but then that second half especially, like, they just got destroyed. Like, their wins weren't against that good of teams and stuff, but still. I mean, their defense was like one of the best in football, and this week it didn't. And it is a week-to-week league, so I guess they could bounce back, but look at their opponent, who's going to be even harder, the Kansas City Chiefs. The only time the Chiefs have lost to the Broncos, like in the last 7-8 years, I think, was last year. Like, they lost once in the last 7-8 years, which is crazy. I mean, the Chiefs just have been dominant. Their offense actually looks like it's starting to click with DeAndre Hopkins and stuff. It's taking the pressure off Kelsey. It was a close game. I mean, it was down to the wire, but the Chiefs got the ball first and they won. That's what happened, and they're still undefeated. And one thing I realize about the Chiefs, they're just consistent. Like, that's the thing, is like, these other teams have been inconsistent. The Chiefs are the only team that I feel like have been consistent every week. And that's why they're 8-0. Even though it is a little ugly and stuff at some points, they're consistent. Either their offense or defense does something, and there's their offense this week. So, yeah, I think the Chiefs will take this one easily. 27-21. All right, next we got the Buffalo Bills at the Indianapolis Colts. The Bills, they played another good game. It was kind of like last week, except last week wasn't a blowout. It was kind of slow for both teams on offense, but then the Bills got it going in the second half, and that Tyler Bass game-winning field goal, was it 61? It was either 61 or 63-yard field goal. Got the win there. That's a huge win against a division rival, and honestly, they could clinch the division this month, which is crazy to say already in November, because the rest of the division is trash. Alright, but next we're going to go to the Colts. Just played a bad game. Richardson is not their biggest issue. My gosh. I mean, they probably would have played around the same if he was in there, but the Vikings just, their offense couldn't do anything against that Vikings defense. The Vikings were just the better team there, and there's no fault on that. But, like, honestly, could the offense do something against the Bills? Maybe. But I feel like the Bills' offense is just too high-powered to do anything. Even if they're bad in one half, another half, like in the first half, the second half, they're going to be good. Or if it's the first or second half, it's like the Bills are too good. Even not playing a full 60 minutes, they'll be fine. The Bills will win this. 34-17. All right, next we got the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Titans, they won. They won. They've won another game. It was a close one against the Patriots. I was like, dude, after that crazy, and they won the game. I was like, there you go, Titans. Even though it was against the Patriots, a close win. It was a close game. It was like, dude, it could have been either way. A tank bull. I mean, I don't know what it does to help the Titans, but I don't know if Levis will be back, but let's continue on. The Chargers, they had an amazing first half. 20 points. Like, Herbert flew for 250 yards, 2 TDs. The offense was good. Quentin Johnson had a great game. Like, dude, that team, the Chargers look good. Their defense still being the best in football was showing why. I mean, like, this was a good game for them. And they're playing the Titans, like, with that defense, there's no chance the Titans are doing anything. And the Chargers offense has been good. So I'm going to take the Chargers here, 24-10. All right, next we got the New England Patriots at the Chicago Bears. The Patriots, they played a close one. Drake May had that amazing play at the end of the game to Ramondre Stevenson, but they couldn't get it done. That was still a hard-fought game, though, Patriots. They may not have the talent, but they keep close in some of these games, and they fought well. Last week against the Jets, this week against the Titans. They may be a really bad team, but they've showed some heart out there. But next, we got the Bears. I don't know, man. What's up with them? They had a couple good weeks, and then they've been bad for a couple weeks. And now here it's like, I don't know. The Commanders and the Cardinals, I guess they're both pretty good teams this year, but, like, dude, what's up with the offense, though? It's inconsistent play calling. Like, is Eberflus and Waldron going to get fired? They just look lost. But yeah, I mean, this should be an easy win for the Bears, but I know I don't know why I'm going to do this. I feel like every time I pick the Bears, they lose. I don't know why. I feel like every time I do, they lose. The last couple weeks, I think I picked. I'm going with an upset here. I'm picking the Patriots. I don't know why. The Patriots will barely win. With how the Bears have been playing, I think they could get by 17-13. I don't know. This may backfire and the Bears could destroy them like they did to the Jags. The Patriots aren't a good team, but I don't know why I have a feeling that this is going to be another game they lose. They've been playing bad football. But all right, next we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Commanders. The Steelers, they played an okay game against the Giants. They kept it close. They were kind of teasing them like, oh yeah, you could get back in the game, but they never could. Stuff. I mean, the defense had played pretty well. The offense was looking good. The touchdowns, our execution, holding calls, Pickens are getting 2 feet in. Like, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was like, that's definitely a touchdown. I'm like, wait, what? He didn't get the second foot down. All right, let's move on to the Commanders. Good game. It was close. But here's the thing. Giants-Commanders games are underrated. I said this last week. They are the most underrated close games, and this was another close one. And the Commanders just got on top. They swept the Giants. Did they play him? I thought they did play him. Yeah, I think they did. They swept them, which is good. At home against the Steelers. It'll be a tough game. It's going to be a good game. I think the Commanders at home are going to keep the winning streak alive, and I think they'll win this one. I think the defense is going to give Daniel some trouble and him being a rookie, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as like when Texas played the Steelers last year, but it could be a close one, but honestly, this is where the Steelers play like a really good, like legit team for the first time, so I'm wondering how it's going to go. I think it's going to be close 24-20. Oh yeah, and they just got Marshawn Lattimore too. Commanders did. And the Steelers got Mike Williams and Preston Smith, so that's going to be interesting, especially how those guys play out. But all right, next we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Vikings played another solid game. I think Darnold was the first QB in NFL history to throw 3 touchdowns, 3 picks, and have above an 80% completion percentage or better. But yeah, the Vikings D just shut down the Colts, and the Vikings haven't looked the best, but they're getting the job done here, and they're playing an easy opponent in the Jags. Kind of like last week where they were down and like they came back. Maybe they didn't come back in Packers game, but it was kind of close. And they're like, oh wait, maybe they could come back and win, but they just couldn't do it. And dude, the Jags are terrible this year. And Peterson's not fired. At the end of the year, I'll be shocked. Maybe even the middle of the season. I think he's the next coach to go. Dennis Allen just got fired too. Guess we'll talk about that later with the Saints, but yeah, this should be an easy one for the Vikings. I'll take 23-16. The reason is the Brian Flores defense is really good, and Jacksonville has not been the best, and I think they're going to do good. And Jags defense hasn't been that good this year. All right, next we got the New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals. The Jets, even though it might be over, I guess it technically isn't. There have been 3 teams in NFL history to go 2-6 to make the playoffs. The last were the Jags a couple years ago. So I guess it is possible, but dude, you've dug yourself a hole. I don't know what this is going forward, but yeah, I mean, the year might be done, but I guess we'll see. Next, got the Cardinals. They played a good game. That was a dominating win. That was probably the best win of the year. That was a really good game by them. Firing on all cylinders. I think this was a good game for them. Like, yeah, I think they're going to keep it alive here. I just think, like, the Jets' defense finally did play good last week, but I feel like it's going to be a close one. Kyler Murray's going to clutch up here. I'll go 24-21. All right, next we got Sunday Night Football. This matchup's going to be great. The Detroit Lions at the Houston Texans. The Lions looking like the best team in football. Destroyed the Packers. It was bad conditions too, but dude, they look really good. They look legit. The Lions are going to be scary come this playoffs. I mean, this is the best shot to win a Super Bowl. Like, there's no one maybe outside the Commanders that looks dominating, like, even close to them. I don't think anyone's close to them. The only one that's close to them is the Chiefs. Dude, Chiefs on Super Bowl would be interesting, though, but, yeah. They looked really good this year. Next, we got the Texans. I don't know what the heck. Stroud is looking like he's regressing a little bit, but, like, he had an amazing rookie year, though, so it's like, even if he was at his rookie level, he still would be, like, around, like, a top 6 or 7 QB in the league. Like I said, like, some guys have, like, second-year regressions and have a really good third year. Sometimes they figure out, then you got to adjust again a little bit. But, yeah, this should be a good game here on Sunday Night Football. I can't wait to see this one. And I have the Lions winning it 34-24. Lions, I put up 30 points, like, every game for, like, past couple weeks. Maybe more than that. All right, next we got the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams on Monday Night Football. This could be an underrated matchup. The Dolphins, they played a close one. Their offense did good, but their defense just couldn't in the second half. Getting gas, so it's like, dude, their defense isn't that good. You're playing the Rams. This should be an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to be. You got two high-powered offenses when fully healthy. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think this is going to be decently high scoring. And the defenses are not as good. But next we got the Rams. That was a good ending. The Rams walked it off in overtime. DeMarcus Robinson touchdown. It was a close one all the way, but the Rams got the job done. It was a good win for them, and now they're second place in the division. Good stuff, Rams. So this one, I'm just saying whoever's offense does better this game. Honestly, I feel like whoever's offense is clicking more. I don't know. I think Miami will get a win just because they're due a little bit. It would be a good one. I'm going to go 27-24. Okay, next we got the New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers in Germany. What the heck? Who picked these two teams to play? I don't know what and the NFL was thinking about this one, but okay. The Giants, I mean, in the first half, Daniel Jones had 0 passing yards and a touchdown. But the Giants came back and almost won that game, so I guess they played better in the second half. But it's clear Daniel Jones is the guy going for a QB next year. Their defense is solid, but you don't know what you do at this point. Their year's done. And I guess they are the worst team in the conference too, so. But yeah, next we got the Panthers. They played an actually decent game. Dude, they beat the Saints, which got Dennis Allen fired. Bryce Young actually looked good. Look, at least mediocre. He actually looked decent, so he's looking better. He should definitely start next week against the Giants. I don't know why you'd start Dalton. Bryce Young could be your future, I guess. He was your first overall pick. And there were other QBs that have looked bad in their first year, get better in their second and third year, like break out. It's going to be a Legends Bowl. 17-16. The Panthers will barely win by 1 point, taking the Panthers. I don't know why. I have a feeling Bryce Young could build off this and maybe get better. I don't know. Okay, next we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Falcons, another good game. They beat Dallas. I know Dallas hasn't been the best this year, but they're now 6-3 at top of the division. Looking like they're going to win this division easily because they have the tiebreaker over Tampa Bay. Unless they collapse, which could happen, you never know. This team is hot right now and they're doing really good. All right, next we got the Saints. Oh boy, you lost to the Panthers, dude. And now you're bottom of the NFC South. I thought you'd be mediocre. You guys are cooked. At least with any other team in this league, like even the Panthers, you'd be able to get more players, but the Saints can't. They're gonna be above the cap and stuff. The Saints are above the cap, so they can't do anything. They gotta cut players, and they just trained Marshawn Lattimore to the Commanders, so that was the first one. And this is going to be an easy game. I don't care if Derek Carr is starting. Falcons should win this easily. 26-16. All right, next we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The 49ers want to bye. CMC is back. They're ready for him to be back. They've had a lot of injuries and stuff. This team hasn't been up to potential, but they still are a decently dangerous team. If they win a couple games, they could get in a wild card or even win the division. You never know, but let's just continue. Here we got the Buccaneers. This team actually infuriates me a little bit. Just because of how good the offense is, but the defense is so bad. It's like this team should be way better than 4-5 of that offense. They probably had one of the best offenses in football. Maybe like the second best behind Detroit. But it's like, dude, their defense can't stop anything. It's like it doesn't matter what they do. It's like both of the Atlanta games, the Chiefs one, it's just like, dude. I feel bad for that offense. And they have their top 2 receivers out, and that offense still looks potent. Mayfield looks really good. He could be in the MVP conversations, you never know. Just depending on how he plays and other guys play, but yeah. It's going to be an interesting matchup here. Depends on, like, if CMC comes back. I feel like if he comes back, that's the X factor. And I feel like, to me, it depends how the defense plays against the 49ers. It's going to be a close one. Honestly, I think the Bucks rebound here. That anger they've had from these couple of games, and I think they're going to take it here. 24-20. All right, next we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles, that game was weird. Like, I remember, like, the fans were booing because Sirianni was going for 2, like, every single time. I'm like, dude, take the points. You leave so many points off the board. It's like, this team has so much talent, but Sirianni is just, like, wasting it. And they're 6-2. And you're saying that. When you're 6-2 and you're saying your coach needs 5, you know that is bad, man. But they're doing good enough now. They won against the Jags. But next we got the Cowboys. Their year's probably done. Dak, they might put on IR. They probably are. Cooper Rush is starting. They lost another bad one to the Falcons. They're 3-5. If he's out for 4 weeks, they're at least losing 3 or 4. I saw their schedule. They are. And they're playing a division rival in the Eagles. Dude, this game is going to be rough for them. This is going to be an easy game. It should be a blowout, but I guess I'm going to say 27-13. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for my Week 10 NFL predictions. And, guys, I guess let's see how many right and wrong I'm going to get. We had probably our best week last week. But, yeah, maybe we could get our first undefeated week this week. You never know. But, yeah, guys, till next time. Peace out. Bye.